Hi, Marco again, Inspector Detector. We're now on the outside unit, the air conditioning from the HVAC. Always look around the unit. Have a look at this. The fins are nice and clean. Step back. Look down, make sure the unit is level. If the unit is out of level, it could cause a problem with the bearings on the fan and the unit becoming noisy. The secret about knowing whether this is a heat pump or just a standard air conditioning unit is if you look on the inside of the unit at the ductwork. Now, I usually just take a picture. If you look on the inside of an air conditioning unit, of a standard condenser, it will just have two pipes coming out. So you'll have two pipes coming out of the compressor, going from the compressor down up into the home itself. But when it's a heat pump, you will notice pipes coming out. I call it a spaghetti junction. There is like a tube. There's two pipes coming in, three pipes coming out. So as soon as you see a spaghetti junction, a heart with a whole lot of tubes coming out of it, that you will know is a heat pump. If you look on the informational plate, most of the time I always take a picture of that again for my clients so we can see the age of the unit. Let's have a look what this unit is. The best way to find out the age of the unit is if you Google, I would say carrier, how to calculate the age of a carrier HVAC unit. You will get a particular group called Building Intelligence. Go on to them. They are the best. They got the best information. You go in there and it'll actually tell you how to read the serial number to identify the age of the unit. Again, it's not a requirement for us to do it. We do this as to wow factor my clients, and I want to make sure my client knows that this is a very old unit. So please be careful, be politically correct, use the word. My assumption is that I could work out from the data plate is that the unit is 4 years old, but please do yourself a favor, get a licensed contractor to evaluate to see if my assumption's correct. Thereby, you are protecting yourself, you're giving them advice, but you're saying, I am not sure. But as time goes along, you will get pretty good at it. Like, yeah, I can see this is a 2020 heat pump. Sometimes now with the newer ones, they have it listed at the bottom. Always look also at the insulation on the Freon pipes and that going up into the home. Most of the time with a unit going after 3-4 years, that insulation is damaged. Make sure you write it up. Always have a look at the breaker that's on the outside of the wall. You'll have a look. There you got the breaker, just have a look. Sometimes it is a bit difficult to see that you have the same size breaker, and this is where it makes it handy. If you got a size over here, it'll tell you also what gas it used. This is the R1410A. Please be aware units from 2010 and younger were using the R22 gas, not all of them. If you see the R22 gas, please write it up. The problem is that gas is no longer available. If there would be a problem with the unit, they would have to replace the whole system because that gas is no longer available. So always make sure you have a look what gas it takes, what Freon gas it needs in there. And yes, the breaker size is correct. Make sure it'll always say, like this one says it's a maximum fuse of 40. Make sure that they don't put a 50 amp breaker or something on it. You want to make sure that it's the correct amp breakage for the unit. Some inspectors like calculating the BTU and the tonnage of the units. It's not required. Again, you get an app where you can calculate it. To me, that's getting a little bit too sticky and open yourself up for more liability. So just do what needs to be done is to see if it works as intended and give that extra bit of information for the client.